Fabergé egg, white gold and mother of pearl with topaz incense, sold to Madame Villepin.
Dress of harky silk trimmed with amethyst beads, and a starting price of 2,000 crowns.
Fabergé egg, white gold and mother of pearl with topaz incense, sold to Madame Villepin.
Dress of harky silk trimmed with amethyst beads, and a starting price of 2,000 crowns.
For 30 pounds. Open sesame, go to the upper floor of the auction rooms.
Geralt, you thought of buying real estate.
Could you get
Get
attractive in the
attractive
terms
terms on
of
a mortgage?
No such thing as attractive loan terms, Vimy.
What about in Kaveri Marks?
Come on.
And these buggers
All
around.
that makes no sense.
Unicorn.
This one probably also belonged to Sorceress. Fetish, maybe?
Dress of
This one probably also belonged to Sorceress. Fetish, maybe?
and a starting price of 2,000 crowns.
Beautiful. But first blow would shatter them. From the collection of the Mage Aramis. Codex Redaniensis, sole surviving copy.
Hello?
Goblet of Fire. Wonder what it is.
Go.
Goblet of Fire. Wonder what it is. Lovely sculpture.
Probably end up adoring.
Probably end up adorning somebody's garden.
With topaz incense, sold to Madame Villepin.
Step away.
Dress of harky
Authorized staff
silk
only.
Zeracanian spears.
beads,
Excellent adornments for any parlor wall.
2,000 crowns.
Good to know.
Hey,
Auction won't start for a time yet, it seems.
Vimy, this is a banquet.
Aye? And?
I detest banquets. Vacuous conversation, food portions fit for a mouse, drinks that taste like piss.
It won't all be bad. Let me introduce you to some of my most interesting associates. Old hen there's Countess Mignole. Wager you'll have plenty to blather about with her.
Prick in the
Trick in the
corners.
corners, Hilbert.
New coin that
that one.
come
Came
in
into a right fortune
enter
playing
right
away.
for some playing man.
So, ready to chat someone up? Oh, smell it, Geralt. That's the center coin.
That's left. This place seems still good. Well, there's a lot important.
Is it my imagination, or does Baronet Lupin look a bit out of sorts today? You've not heard? His sawmill's gone up in smoke. Some Knights of the Order of the Flaming Rose, they say. I've not seen you before among the well-heeled. Your grey mane really does suit you.
All so tall, you'd think the room was full of horses.
We've an exceptional auction ahead, dear folk.
no sign of Borsodi. Perhaps he'll look in at intermission. Has he always been such a recluse? No. It began after his father passed. Apparently, he turned inward.
Fabergé egg, white gold, and mother of
Egg.
topaz insects sold to Madame Vipin.
Dress of harky silk trimmed with amethyst beads.
Ooh.
At a starting price of 2,000 crowns.
The Borsodi house is going to the dogs, by gods.
I wonder if I can.
Look around, man.
Maybe I can by the quest. It's not finished.
The nouveau race.
Probably can't.
There, a mutant.
Yeah.
Fabergé egg, white gold, and mother of pearl with topaz insects sold to
Dress of harky silk trimmed with amethyst beads.
Call
Greetings to the Honourable Countess.
Madame.
Madam, allow me to introduce my dear friend,
Geralt
Geralt
of Rivia.
of Rivia.
Geralt.
Of the School of the Wolf.
Forgive me, but have we...
No, but your guild is unmistakable. Your
Take note, Geralt. Countess Mignol is an eminent collector of Vitaminaica.
Verminique.
What now?
all manner of objects related to the Witcher.
Mind if I ask how the Countess became interested?
I've some pleasant associations.
Didn't you say such things, Countess? You look right fetching to me.
That's very kind, Master Vivaldi. But apart from my Vedamaniaca, I also own a number of mirrors.
Your most prized piece.
An armor element. An antique.
Classic.
I fear not. It's a memento.
But perhaps the Countess has got other Witcher curios she's willing to part.
Vimy, never seen anyone so good at laying their mitts on coin that clinked within earshot. But what the hell? See if we can't make a deal.
Superior Blizzard. Wow, there are monsters. Diagram, Viper armor. Viper. Superior Thunderbolt. Superior Swallow. Superior Golden Oriole formula for brain.
Countess, forgive us.
So soon? Correct.
Where are you headed in such a rut?
To the door.
Funny.
You've
You
my
climb
utmost
into Claire
respect,
Anker,
Master.
and that ring on his finger. Oh, smell it, Geralt. That's the center coin.
Hilbert.
Halbert! It's been years. Allow me to introduce you. Geralt of Rivia.
Enchanted.
Pleasure's all mine.
It's not like...
How's it? Got your eye on any sparkly bits today?
Not really. I buy what strikes me fancy. I need something right sumptuous for me walls just now. Nilfgaard.
Excuse me?
Your Gwent deck. It's Nilf...
Not a bad deck, Nilfgaard.
Ah, understood. A patriot.
You ought to know, Halbert. Geralt here's a positively superb player.
Super.
Superb.
We got a minute for the...
Sorry.
It is what it is. I'm off for a nosh.
Ah, to spurn the caviar of the Kaviri sturgeon. They're casting pearls before swine. Come, Geralt.
I've not seen you before among the well-heeled.
Such a good. Those are those no good. Can't you see Scooby-Doo, 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 Scooby-Doo,
That would look splendid in the
with
boudoir.
Scooby-Doo, Masslicious. Masslicious,
Fabergé egg, white gold, and mother
Hey,
of pearl with topaz insets, sold to
Maslicious,
Madame
maslicious,
Dress of harky silk
Maslicious,
trimmed with amethyst beads.
maslicious.
I have a starting price of 2,000 crowns.
There's delicious. Yaramir,
Yaramir!
mighty
We
troubled
trouble you,
dear.
we spare.
Greetings, Vivaldi. Who's this?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
I thought you might have a blather with us about the paintings on the block today.
Ah, sniffing for a quick turnaround as usual, or...
Pot calling the kettle black, I'd say. Do a lively trade in canvases yourself, my friend.
True. Yet first they delight my eyes, whereas you treat them as mere promissory notes. The only
Yes.
arts that interest you are those colours. What about you, Witcher?
No, I'm more interested in...
Why stand near me then? You ought to be hovering about them.
How the fuck?
What a jackass.
Ah, fuck
Fucking
'em.
typical.
Typical arsenic cunt.
Esteemed ladies, honourable gentlemen, the auction will begin shortly. Take your places, please.
Remind me of what I used to know.
Long last. Come with me to the fore. I won't see much elsewise.
Vimy, listen. Forgot to ask you, how's this auction going to work?
They'll bring out 3 lots to start with. Once they've sold, or not, there'll be an intermission. Horst Bosodi will probably appear then. That's when I'll introduce yous.
Counting on it.
In the meantime, have you got a budget? You prepared to bid?
You prepared to do? If you can spot me a couple hundred.
If you think you can spot me a couple hundred.
Of course, pal, and at a very favourable rate of interest. Just 1 crown here. Want to do you for a bit of daffodil.
Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hereby open the auction. Ladies and gentlemen, lot number 1 is a brass figurine from the collection of the infamous Count Romilly. Rumour has it the figure harbours a treasure inside. A rumour one may prove or disprove solely by destroying the beautiful bauble itself. Starting price? Quite the bargain at 50 crowns. Any advance? With Master Hilbert at 100. To Countess Mignol, now at 150. Do I hear 200? Might I have an advance? The white-haired gentleman enters a bid of 200. Do we have 250? 200 once? Twice? Thrice? Splendid Countess Mignol bids 250. Do I hear 300? My, this is lively. I've 300 going once, going twice. Do we have 350? 300 thrice, and sold to the white-haired fellow. Lot number 1, the mysterious brass figurine. Proceeding now to lot number 2. A canvas by the young Novigrad artist Van Rohe, Starry Night over the Pontar. Charming piece. Truly a bargain at 20 crowns. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 crowns, it's practically naught. Yes, the gentleman with the cat eyes at 20. Do I hear 30? 20 going once, going twice, going thrice. Sold! Van Rohe's Starry Night over the Pontar to the gentleman with the cat eyes. Lot number 3, ladies and gentlemen. A true rarity, scarce as hen's teeth. Spectacles. A frame of gold, mountain crystal lenses polished by the tiny... Starting price of 200. Went Maestro Hilbert offers an advance of 50. Do I have 3? My, haven't we livened up? 300 from Yaromir Ivanovich Zaitsev. Going once? Twice? Incredible! With the white-haired gentleman now, good folk, at 350 crowns. A generous offer indeed. Any advance? 350 going once? Going twice? Sold! Invaluable spectacles to the white-haired gentleman. Exceedingly glad they'll be useful. May they serve you well, sir. Oh, the excitement.
Geralt, look! Horst Basudi! Come on before some other cocksuckers steal him. Just, well, don't expect a warm welcome. Greetings, Horst. Allow me to introduce a dear friend and associate, Geralt of Rivia, who
comes uninvited.
But you've gained by my presence. Dropped a hefty pile of crowns here.
I'm not like Vivaldi. Profit alone only goes so far for me. I seek more. The auction house is primarily a meeting place for the local elite. I needn't tell you, an itinerant mutant doesn't quite fit in.
got the distinct impression the two of you started off on the wrong foot. Perhaps we should raise a toast to...
What's one like you want from one like me?
Right, let's dispense with the niceties. Maximilian Borsodi's house. Gotta lay my hands on it, whatever it...
What? Where did you learn of it?
Gentlemen, no reason to lose our composure. Raise our voices.
I ask you, where did you learn of it?
Whoa, come on now.
Where?
From Olgierd von Everec. Name mean anything to you?
It does. Guards, escort the Witcher out. And he's not to enter, not alone, not hand in hand with Hierarch Hamelfart.
Honestly, he asked a question. It were a simple inquiry.
One more word, and I shall move my accounts to the competition.
Sorry, mate, but...
No reason to trouble the guards, Horst. I'll go willingly.
I don't recall giving you a choice in the matter. Kick his swiving mutated ass out.
Your swords, master. Law says we're to return them. Law don't say when, though. So we'll do it, aye. Just after we beat the singing shite out of the honourable gentleman.
Mm-hmm. Gathering place for the elite, truly. Come on, lads. Let's loosen our muscles a bit. Law says if you see someone hurt, you should summon a medic. Law doesn't say how fast, though, so you can sit tight a while.
Seems true what they say. Sword or no sword, a Witcher brings gold.
Not in the mood for your peasant. Who the hell are you?
If all goes well, dare say I'm your partner.
Don't need any partners.
Oh, I don't know about that. No chance you'll lay your hands on Max Borsodi's house alone.
Really think you can help me?
We can help each other.
Get to the point, if you can.
To get this house, you need to get into the vault. And there's no way Horst will let you in there out of the kindness of his heart.
A heist? Don't like that idea one bit.
Got any others? Find the herbalist, lives near Oxenford. Ask for some...
If this is a trap of some sort.
Be seeing you, I hope.
A wolf ate my brain. Careful with them paws. You're leading our lasses astray, scum.
The old Grand Shat and Shat, holding tight to her hat. You! Oh!
we pass that?
What's this one want?
It look like. That's it, brothers.
How long you gonna make me wait? Too late to surrender.
That was rather efficient.
That all you got to say? I saved your life.
We'd have disposed of that rabble easily.
We?
My, I'll be precise. You know what I mean. Now, are you here to trade or not?
Wouldn't happen to have some...
I do. In the back.
You've come. Good.
Remains to be seen. Aim to tell me something, I think. So talk.
How do I put this? We share a goal. We both need to get into the Borsodi's vault. Both want something that's in there. Why not pool our strengths?
Sorry, but what exactly is yours?
I have a plan. Spent the last year working on it. On paper. Time to set it in motion. You one I can count on.
The vault.
Something that was stolen.
Ought I go to the city watch, tell them a crime's been committed, not organize a heist?
I've tried. Repeatedly.
I see. Cheated by the system, wronged by the world. Doesn't matter. What did they take?
List to take a good while. So I'd rather change the subject. You in or not?
Before we go any further, you even know what Max Borsodi's house is?
I know it's in the vault.
Didn't answer my question.
Neither of you. Willing to help with the heist or not?
I'm not a thief.
It's opportunity makes the thief, Witcher. I speak from experience.
Talk.
20 Redanian soldiers guard the auction house, day and night. Patrols walk in circles around it, and here, past this corner, barracks.
Brute force is out. Gotta get in quietly.
Exactly. Not the simplest thing, though. Main entrance, armored door. Windows, dimeridian bars. But not a fortress out there without a weakness. This one's no different.
Patience happens to be my weakness, so dispense with the dramatic pauses and talk.
Beside the house stands a tower, from which we can enter the attic. We can't hope to enter the tower from the street on account of the patrols, but there's a window 60 feet off the ground. No shutters, no bars. We've got to get up there and sneak across to the auction house, then down the stairs to the cellar. Crack open or blow off the vault door, and voila!
Looks bleak to me. Tower walls smooth as glass. Don't know about you, but I can't scale that and...
And I've not asked you to. Let me finish. For this to work, we need 2 more accomplices. One to scale the tower, drop us a line. The other to open the vault. A safe cracker, but a demolition specialist. I've already identified some promising candidates. All we have to do is select and recruit the best among them. Also your job. I'd prefer to remain largely out of sight.
Assumed as much given your hood. Anything else?
Aye, but that's among the details, which you will...
Don't really...
As the great son of Nilfgaard. How about we knock back...
Rather get to work.
First, you have to assemble a crew. Then, there's the Redanian patrols to cultivate. Too many wandering round. We could get...
What's this about culling the...
Easy. I don't...
Spit it out.
You've got to approach the garrison's cook. Convince him to spy the soldiers' nosh with something to keep some of them bedridden. 1 in 2, let's say. Would want to raise suspicions.
Know the formula for a potion that might do the trick.
There. See? Brew up a bit of that. Hit the town, find the cook, then convince him to do you a favour. I don't know, cast a spell, toss him some coin. You could also use your fist.
Alright.
Let's start with the fact that one of them's a dwarf. Casimir Bassi, native of Mahakam, a specialist in controlled explosions. Folks say he could blow Novigrad to the high heavens with but a pinch of saltpeter. Bolt door for him should be his siege. The problem is, Casimir apparently hung up his detonators some time ago. He married.
Any options?
Quinto, the North's most famed safecracker. Arrest warrants out on him in Kedwin. As far as I know, is
So I'd have to rip one from his cozy home, the other... Break-in artists.
Precisely where my favourite's Eveline Gallo. A circus artist no better as the Urban. Just now performing with her troupe somewhere near Oxenfurt. Her specialities, rhythmic gymnastics.
Breaking and entering.
Not officially, no, but I've compared the route to... But if she's reluctant...
Think he's fit? Pudgy face. Doesn't really match my image of a criminal.
You'd be surprised. Hugo's notched up more break-ins than you felled monsters. More importantly, 2 years past, he nicked a gold-plated coffin from the roof of the town hall in Novigrad. So, the half-man. Word has it he's holed up in Oxenfurt in a house near the Novigrad gate. Be careful. He's modest in size, but apparently...
All right,
As do I.
What then?
Then, we'll bugger Horst up.
What's going on there? What's the hurry?
Joseph's pig's got a pooful mouth. Must be a curse.
What's this trap you're saying?
You! Master Casimir, toss aside the torching guts!
Ah! Piss off then! Fuck off! You'll not tell me what to do!
What's going on here?
Ain't it plain? Master Casimir sat upon his roof. Claims he'll blow himself to bits.
Bought the wench pearls, silks, satins, and how the fuck she repaid me? Made me a heat banger cuckold!
A falling out in the family?
Aye, his Euphemia, she was fine. Pretty as a picture, you might say. And 5 bairns they has.
On the short side, but so well mannered. Always bow.
Till the day Euphemia bundled up her belongings and their bairns, tossed them all on a wagon, and that's all we've seen of her.
Master Casimir's been pure yampy since. Bawling, whinging. Now this.
Ah, this'll be one for the ploughing annals. Going out with a bang. When this fucking blows, they'll see the fires in Novigrad.
I'll try to talk some sense into him.
And if he should grow angered.
The wench demanded a canopied bed and got it. Silver tableware, she said. Got that too. Lacking nothing. Not a thing. What the fuck else was I to give her?
Doubt he can grow any angrier.
Hail Melitele, our hallowed mother, keep us from evil.
What kind of knob you got? Lately come to poke my Euphemia, eh? Well, you're late. She's gone.
No, I just...
Postmaster said the same. Denied it all. Swore on the balls of his gods. And the idiot I am, I believed the bugger. 3 years they bumped about under my nose, then ran off. My granda told it right. Not a bloke out there doesn't want to get between a dwarf wench's trotter.
Get down, now.
What? Oh. Coming. I'm coming. So, what is it you wanted?
Want you to open a door, permanently, so it won't close again.
I see. And what might you find on the other side of this door?
A reward. Big one, to be...
If it'd come a week past, I'd have sent you the fuck away. But now I've nothing to lose. What's it I'm to do?
Out of the herbalist who lives near Oxenfurt. Go there and ask for yarrow extract. Learn all you need to know. Clear?
As a Mahakaman Highland Stream. See ya!
Enough of the dosage. Stop with the dosage. Enough of the dosage.
Then let's return their coin to them.
The minute we're in trouble, you make me responsible for getting us out. As in Maragor.
Remember Maribor?
Dove, please don't change the subject.
Mind if I do?
That depends. Who might you be?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. You Eveline Gallo, the Ermine.
Only to friends.
Calm down, Merrin. No need to puff up. And you, talk. What do you want?
Got a job for you.
Truly? Of what nature?
Anonymous performance. No audience. At a certain auction house. Pays as much as you can carry.
Eveline, I beg you. You don't know him.
What's that supposed to mean? He introduced himself, did you not hear? Geralt of Rivia.
Stop pretending you don't understand me. You cannot know if he's to be trusted.
Not a soul can be trusted. You've none of a Fink's features. But you see, I've a problem.
All right.
See, we were to do a show. The tickets have all sold. Alas, the crowd awaits. So either we find a replacement for him,
I think I...
and I shall get straight to the point. Stand in for Van, and I shall...
What do I have to do? Jump?
No. Shoot you...
Eveline, I'm not certain.
Neither am I.
Maybe I could just give you the coin for the refund.
Let's see.
More, I think.
What? But I checked this morning. Indeed. Merrin's right.
Steep.
So perhaps you'd prefer...
Not a bad shot with my crossbow. Why not?
Splendid. So, shall we begin? Folk have grown nervous.
What? Me now? No rehearsals?
What's there to rehearse? You're to shoot and hit a target.
Hit it square on.
All right. Do or die. Let's begin.
That I like. A man who boldly dares, damn the risks. Come! And now, good folk, the highlight of our program. Standing before you, Geralt of Rivia, victor of marksmanship contests in Angren, Dol Blathana, and Lobindon.
Wow, prime!
What? But I...
Shh, Geralt, grab your crossbow and get to work.
What's the whole shoot? Are you cross-eyed or what? He hit me! The bastard hit me!
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, singular feat, we bring our performance to a close. See you all soon.
Gonna live?
Yes, I shall live. Out of my sight, imbecile.
Sorry. Told you I'm not a bad shot, not a perfect one.
Oh, don't fret. Van would miss occasionally too. I shall patch Merrin up. Well, one performance down. What of the next?
Herbalist has a hut.
Ooh, a mystery.
Yes, Richard's gonna come with Joe. Hey!
Shut off!
Out of my sight.
It's uneven here. Bush is half a finger taller on the left than on the right. You could all kiss me down under.
Huh?
What do you have to say?
Lance Corporal Václav. How'd that prick wind up with us?
Volunteered. Word is he had to bribe the medics to let him enlist.
He mad or what?
And that's just it. Certifiably insane. Didn't pass the test apparently.
But to pay hard coin to enter the army? I thought at my age nothing could surprise me.
Nothing about the cook. What do you have to say?
That Horst Borsodi, you got a daughter?
Why do you ask?
Well, think on it. To marry into a dynasty like that, it'd be like living in clover.
Trust me, you do better not to take any interest in the Borsodis.
Why the hell not?
It can only bring trouble, mate. Only trouble.
Nothing interesting. What do you have to say? What do you have to say?
It's chowder for supper today.
That true? Who told you?
No one. Came through the western gate the morning. Saw
What's
Martin
your step?
on the pier, rod in hand.
Cook lad, that's the right treasure he is. No griping about poor supplies. Just the gumption to enrich our group.
Aye. If only he'd go a bit lighter on the garlic.
Pier near the western gate. Should be easy enough to find.
quilts and drag hose, don't you think?
Oh!
Whoa!
Richard.
What?
Guesses, champion.
Eh?
Have your chit chat with someone else. Feeling peckish? Head to the pheasant.
Got an itch needs scratching.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful. That Duchess of ours. Have you at least diddled her udders?
All is in order. All is in order.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. Only I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta Show me what you got. Wars. Some stench. Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both higher vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's...
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food.
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Detlef. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Detlef's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would, with all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
I've never seen a man come. It's
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
mean that much to me.
Gotta ask you the big question, what everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Dettlaff, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living high of vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Dettlaff bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, from my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
Seer determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like it.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment.
You were right. No kobolds or mammut.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an...
Impossible. My brethren hunted down
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this will manage to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how...
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or...
Text.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of it. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct.
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember. Need the white's saliva.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the sceptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder, or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
If you imagine the white, we'll simply sell you some.
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salad.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right.
And to you, my friend.
Subpar guests. Never a good omen. That the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
Dear Master Monsieur, new track out Master Pay, our unusual summon for you. No doubt you wonder why I'm drawn out to here. Why we cannot meet in person. It's present situation.
Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. Spring key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship. Must have graced a rich man's table. girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table. Smashed mirror, as if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe? Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tiny. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. Tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness. Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench. Easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm deeply pleased, finally, to make your acquaintance, sir, though I do regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas Basil Folty, and by order of the Duchess, I am to serve as your major domo at Corvo Bianco.
Nice to meet you, Barnabas Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure she gets everything she needs.
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But most importantly,
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon. Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humour. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from their hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Send your spies after me?
My watchers. Were something to go wrong, I could then arrive quickly to help.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True. But I shall be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Little expedition's starting to sound dangerous. Think I better prepare.
I understand completely. Do tell me when you're ready to set off.
Seems I've forgotten the quest. The Beast and Geralt clash had been violent and built brief. Now with the dawn, Geralt had chat with his long-lost friend Regis, a higher empire. Regis revealed the creature terrorized him, but Claire was another from the cloud. The Anna Herninet, by the grace of the gods, Duchess of Toussaint, do hereby grant Geralt of Rivia, crest of the bridge, the lands belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with the all goods in the Châtel found thereon. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see its care and upkeep. He is to make it fertile and beautiful, and shall enrich himself with the harvest of land provides, for its own glory and the glory of Toussaint. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow. For both deeds and the land exist to bear good fruit. Her illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. Anna Henrietta, lead the Corvo Bianco. My dear Geralt, hope all is well. I imagine you hot on trail of some nasty monster, or is it more the complex curse this time? Oh, Geralt, I wish I knew for certain. Whatever is keeping you busy, perhaps you need a break. For those moments, I offer you this intriguing little mystery. I happen on in an old manuscript I bought off a merchant from another year. The tombs author claims a certain Professor Moreau once called Beauclair home, and this professor conducted research into Witcher mutations. I do not know much else, but I suspect that alone might pique your interest. The tomb mentioned a journal interred with a scholar when he passed. It would very lead you to his laboratory. Letter from Triss, Summons from Duchess Anna Henrietta. Most Honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious which praise the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fate undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beasts which flood our streets with the blood and sows panic in the heart of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseech you to star-crossed city's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness Duchess Anna Henrietta. En de man har keys. Talk to Regis when you are ready to go.
Regis.
Ah, there you are.
Might set off Tesha. This place, Tesha Movement, tell me more. Yeah, there is something undoubtedly wrong about it. But I will need to be prepared for their Tesha Mutna.
Tesha Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment, a torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesha Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead.
There is a Keshan in heavy armor located in the beginning here.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies
an ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from Caldwell to this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Human husbandry and care. This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect as may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Cells? Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciating to say this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garishab. My tribe, and Detlef's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope. Its stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, God. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
Do not steal, the guards don't like it, but if you have no other choice, I'll make sure no one's watching. The Empire of Nilfgaard has already conquered many kingdoms. It is right to expand its kind of invasion at term measured work in the north.